what's up and they know what their dream job is gonna be. I'm gonna be honest with all of you, I've never had that moment in my life. My whole life I've been interested in a lot of different things, and I probably changed my mind about what I wanna be probably like more than 4 times. I've been interested from like art to astronomy. Every single time that I think I know what I wanna do, I end up changing it like months later. So this led me to the decision that I need to focus on convenience, more about that spark that people talk about. So I decided that something that will be convenient for me is being an administrative assistant. Many of you already have some of the skills that an administrative assistant requires. Organization is a big part of being an administrative assistant. I've never really been part of a sport or many extracurricular activities, but I did notice that I have volunteered as a desk or office assistant when I was in middle school, and for my high school, I used to be a librarian assistant. So I noticed that it's pretty similar to like being an administrative assistant. The only difference is, of course, as administrative assistant, you work in an office, and when I was a librarian assistant, I was more in like the library, so you have to shelf books. But they do relate a little bit, and this led me to the decision of becoming an administrative assistant. My dream job is to be able to be part of the administrative area of the company by helping keep track of records and organizing important dates, being able to use softwares, and maintaining good communication with the other coworkers. Today I'm going to talk about all those skills that makes an administrative assistant. So my first point, to start off, I'll be discussing how an administrative assistant should be able to maintain all the records. They get a lot of important documents from the company, so it is important to keep them either in virtual or just physical folders. You need to keep track of everything that workers give you. So these papers include important information from the company, like I said, and an article titled Administrative Assistant, I Now Have One of Those Too by Robert Harris on August 2023. It mentions that having an administrative assistant creates a partnership, and the company should be able to trust that person in order to have all those documents placed in a good place. So that leads to my second point, which is administrative assistants should also be able to use calendars to keep track of all the events that they have. You have to make sure that the events don't overlap, so you have to make appointments for the coworkers and also for the managers, and as well as if you have any customers or clients, you have to make sure you have to book those appointments. Event planning has a lot to do with the main part of being an administrative assistant, because you have to make sure that you have all the main events prioritized. That leads me to my third point, which is administrative assistant knows how to use software. So to manage all the tasks, they have to use programs like Google Calendar, Microsoft Excel, Gmail, Evernote, and spreadsheets. So you have to be familiar with technology in order to be successful in that area of your job. Physical papers tend to get lost more easily, so having things virtually is a better choice. And one of the main reasons I chose this job is because since it relies so much on technology, it's easier to get like a remote job, and I'm also leaning more towards that part if I ever want to. And my main point for number 4 is communicating with your coworkers. So you have to make sure that there's no misunderstandings between the coworkers and also the clients. An article called Main Skills to Have as an Administrative Assistant from NISCO Resource says that communication is a big part of being an administrative assistant, whether that is verbal or written communication. You need it because there are so many tasks that you need to take care of, so you have to make sure that everyone is okay with all of the responsibilities that you have. And so to conclude, I talked about the main skills to be an administrative assistant, which is to organize the records, rescheduling important events, and learning softwares, and maintaining good communication with the other coworkers. So now that you know how flexible a career can be, There's a lot of work to do in being an administrative assistant, but I hope that you can learn that choosing convenience for your career is not a bad thing, and